Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast, the Gorvia podcast. Here we are here to review two matches: the ODI series between Australia and South Africa. Sorry, I was going to say Sri Lanka there. I'll do a quick recap of the first ODI. Sorry, we didn't make a video, and then we'll do the second ODI. So the first ODI, South Africa won. Incidentally, South Africa have won the series. Even if Australia win the next one, they will win the series. So South Africa have already won the series with one game to go. So the first ODI, Australia, it was really the Mitch Marsh show. He was the only one that made runs in their run chase. Maharaj was absolutely fantastic. This was the first ever 5-wicket haul for Maharaj in white ball cricket. He was absolutely fantastic. Another fifer was in the second ODI. We'll get into that a little bit later. So that's back-to-back matches where South Africa picked up 5-wicket hauls. But Maharaj just completely took over this game. The middle order collapsed, the lower order collapsed, and that was pretty much how it went down. Similar to the second ODI game, incidentally. So, yeah, we'll bring up the scorecard here, sorry. South Africa made a very big total. You're back again. Thank you, Sweet Crew. Yes, I'm back again. We are live. This is live. Aussies need to work on the spin. They sure do, especially in ODI batting. So in the first ODI, South Africa, they belted 96. Really, Travis Head and Mitch Marsh, had a good start, very good start. But unfortunately, hello coach Kamal says, hello coach, hello Kamal. So Australia had a really good start in this first ODI, and then Maharaj just completely blew them apart, and they were very poor. And Maharaj, first 5-wicket haul in white ball cricket. He's done it in red ball. This is his first time in white ball cricket. So South Africa win that test match quite convincingly by 98 runs. Second ODI, we go to the second ODI. Second ODI was pretty much the same as the first. A huge collapse by Australia. South Africa made 277. Now the pitch is a two-way pace, so it's going to be hard scoring runs. So you're not going to see big scores here. This cricket ground, it is a dropping pitch. It is where the women's play their matches. WBL or Women's Big Bash, Sheffield Shield games are played there for the women. So it's a dropping pitch. So it's not really going to be any high-scoring matches. Kamal says, do you think McSweeney and Renshaw deserve a place in the ODI squad? I'll get into that a little bit later, Kamal. I'll answer your question. For McSweeney, no. For Renshaw, possibly. Possibly. But we'll get, as I go off camera here, sorry for this. South Africa batted first. Kristen Stubbs and Bretsky were very good. They held South Africa, it was looked like South Africa were only going to make 240, 250. They were really good in the middle, in the top order, Kristen Stubbs and Britsky. Kristen Stubbs continues to impress me, a very talented young cricketer. He's got a test match 100, so he's also one to watch. But Australia came to bat. Josh Ingles was really the only one that showed any resistance, to be honest. Marnus Labuschagne, that's now twice he's failed in these ODIs. He scored one in the first ODI and one again. He is horribly out of form. Travis Head is horribly out of form as well. He's not doing too good either. So the top order needs to improve. Cameron Green is not performing as well. So he's been a little bit disappointing. But as I mentioned, there was another 5-wicket haul today. That was by Njidi. So we saw a 5-wicket haul by Maharaj in the first ODI, and in GD, he was absolutely brilliant, good fast bowling on a wicket that was pretty slow. So that's surprising. He got wickets on this because it was quite slow. But he's a quick bowler. He's a skiddy bowler on these pitches. If you penetrate the pitch, you can be really good. This was a bit like Tim Bresnan in the Ashes when England won the Ashes in Australia. Tim Bresnan was not 140, 145 by any means, but he's a skiddy bowler. Got the seam movement going, and indeed he did the same thing on a pitch that really was a bit slow. He was absolutely fantastic. What went wrong with Oswell? Indeed went wrong. Indeed he had a very good game. That's what went wrong. But there was a question before with McSweeney and Renshaw. Should they play in ODIs? I would actually like to see Usman Khawaja in the ODI setup, to be honest. He's done as a test player. He's not. He shouldn't be playing for the Ashes. He averages 40. Usman Khawaja in ODIs. Not many people think that. Not many people think that. He scored a lot of hundreds in ODI cricket, Usman Khawaja. I think look. These are bilingual series. They don't mean much to Australia. It's played in the winter. The MCG, Sydney Cricket Ground, Gabba, they're all, you can't book stadiums in the winter because of other sports. So Australia just put them in the next best thing, Queensland or Darwin. So it doesn't mean much to them. It means a lot to South Africa because they've been flying over a couple of years, World Test Championship. They've bought a very strong team now. They brought Rabada over. Rabada has been injured; he's out for the series. But so they took this very seriously, South Africa, very, very seriously. Now I said Usman Khawaja on top of the order. Honestly, this would. You're not gonna put Cummins Stark in these series. They're just not going to play in these series because of the workloads, T20 leagues, test matches to come. They're not going to do that. Hazelwood's not really a white ball bowler. He's never been really a white ball blade that you play every now and then. But I like to see Usman at 1. I like to keep Head at 2. I think Marsh at 3. I think Marsh at 3 in white ball cricket I think he's better. 4, I like to see Cameron Green. 5, I wouldn't mind seeing Josh Ingle. 6, Tim David or Mitch Owen. I think Mitch Owens came a long way. And then you can pick an all-rounder at 6 if you want to pick a specialised batsman, Carey. Or David, it doesn't matter. And then obviously Cummins, Stark, and Zampa, Hazelwood for the rest. I do like Elias. I think Elias is pretty good. Got a lot of value for him. So I'd probably put him in front of Hazelwood in white ball cricket. I'm not talking about test matches, still white ball cricket for the World Cup coming up. So that's probably what I would do. Usman Khawaja is finished in Old He's finished in Test match cricket, but he's still got a lot of upside in ODI. I think he can be all right in ODI. Where he takes his time in ODI cricket. You can take your time. You don't have to run a ball. I still think there's and in white ball cricket it's different. There's a lot of short balls. Usman Khawaja likes to pull. He'll get plenty of those opportunities in white ball cricket. So you never know. I'd like to see it in the third ODI. South Africa won the series, so it doesn't really matter again, does it? There's nothing to play for. But yeah, I like to see Mitch Owen. It would be nice if Mitch Owen played white ball cricket for Tasmania. That would be good in the longer format, 50 over format. You got Tim David. So there's plenty of depth in around the 5 to 7 mark. So it just depends what batsman do you want. Do you want a Tim David finisher that could score 20, 30 off 12 balls? Or do you want someone like a McSweeney McSweeney, is okay in white ball cricket. I don't think he's better than the names we've mentioned. He really plays a lot of red ball cricket, to be honest. So that's probably not an option. Though he did play in the white ball shield, sorry, the One Day Cup final for South Australia. I was actually there at Adelaide Oval when we won that final. So you got another question here. Jason Sanger, Kellaway. I wouldn't mind Jason Sanger. I would keep Kellaway away. I'd like him to focus on test matches, to be honest, and red ball cricket. Jason's not a bad option. Again, he plays a lot of red ball cricket more than white ball these days, though he does big bash and that. Another one there, Jason Fraser McGurk. You can rule him out. He's done. He can't buy a run even in the domestic competition that I used to play in the Premier League. He can't even buy a run there. So he's well gone. So it's very interesting. The bowling's not a problem so far. Well, they're going to Stark will be back. Cummins will be back. So the bowling's not a problem, but the batting is a huge weakness. Same in it's a bit like their test team, isn't it? Their weakness is the batting. Constas, I wouldn't play Constas in white ball cricket. Let him improve red ball cricket. He's got problems of his own in there. Don't worry about white ball cricket for Constas. Renshaw, now you mentioned Renshaw. Kamal mentioned him. I don't mind Renshaw, especially in these series. These bilingual series are supposed to be kind of a stepping stone towards World Cups or Champions Trophy or whatnot. If you perform in bilingual series, then you'll get a call up in the World Cup. So I don't know why Head, Green, and Hazelwood are playing, or Marsh, because they're going to play in the World Cup regardless. Players like Dorfenhouse, Elias, these players are out on the fringe when the main personnel come back. So that's who should be really playing in these series. I'd like to see Mitch Owen in the next game. I'd like to see Renshaw in the next game. I'd like to see McSweeney in the next game. I wouldn't mind that. McSweeney at 3 for me. So interesting. But as I said, South Africa have won the series. We've got one more game to play with, but they take a 2-0 lead. My name is Coach Lucas. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe on this channel, and we will see you next time. Thank you.